take a look at our 10th example, solving equations using the zero factor property. And let's look at some examples. We got x squared plus 2x minus 80 equals 0. Now, our first step is to get 0 on one side. We got 0 on the right side, so that's done. Step 2 is factor the left side. Well, this is x squared x, no number for the x squared. That's PSD. So we'll take our number at the end, the 80. And write down all the products, give us 80. 1 times 80, 2 times 40, 4 times 20, 5 times something, 16. 6, no. 7, no. 8 times 10. Now add them. 1 plus 80 is 81. This is sum column. 2 plus 40 is 42. 4 plus 20 is 24. 5 plus 16 is 21. 8 plus 10 is 18. The difference column, subtract smaller from larger. 80 minus 1 is 79. 40 minus 2 is 38. 20 minus 4 is 16. 16 minus 5 is 11. And 10 minus 8 is 2. Now, the number we're looking for is a number in our middle term, which is 2, which is here. So we're going to use 8 and 10. Now our larger number in the P column, which is a 10, is always going to be the same sign as our middle term, which was positive. Now if the number was circled in a difference column, D for different signs, if this one's positive, the other one has to be negative. Now zero factor property says if you get 0 on one side and you factor the other side, you can set each factor equal to 0. So I'll set x minus 8 equals 0 and x plus 10 equal to 0. And I solve each one of those and I get x equals 8. And I get x is equal to negative 10. And those are our two answers. Let's look at another example. We got 15x squared minus 11x equals negative 2. Well, zero factor property. That says first thing is you have to get 0 on one side. So I'm going to bring that negative 2 over the left side. So we got 15x squared minus 11x plus 2 equals 0. And now we need to factor the left side. Well, this is the key number method. X squared x, no x, and there's a number for the x squared. So we're going to take the number at the beginning times the number at the end. So 15 times 2 gives us 30. List all the products down and give us 30. We got 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 4, I don't think so, 5 times 6. Add them. 1 plus 30 is 31, 2 plus 15 is 17, 3 plus 10 is 13, 5 plus 6 is 11. Subtract them, difference column. 30 minus 1 is 29, 15 minus 2 is 13, 10 minus 3 is 7, 6 minus 5 is 1. Now, the number we're looking for is the number in our middle term, which is 11, which is right here, which means we use 5 and 6. Now, remember with the key number method, we rewrite our middle term using those two numbers. The larger number in the P column, which is a 6, is going to be the same sign as our middle term always. So we're going to have a negative 6x. The number we circled is in the S column, S for same sign. So if the 6 is negative, then the 5 has to be negative. Then we factor by grouping. First group has a 3 and an x in common. And that gives us 5x minus 2. Second group has nothing in common, but the first term is negative, so I'm going to factor out a negative 1. And that gives us 5x minus 2. Now it is very possible that you can factor nothing out, even a negative 1. But if you can't factor anything else out, factor out a positive 1. Well, these both have a 5x minus 2 now, so I'll factor that out. And we can cross out what's inside the parentheses to see what goes in our second set of parentheses on the next line. So we'll put 3x minus 1 here. Okay, so we got 0 on one side. We factored the other side, so we'll set each factor equal to 0 and solve them. So 5x minus 2 equals 0, and 3x minus 1 equals 0. Now here I'll take the negative 2 to the right side, becomes a positive 2. Divide both sides by 5, and I get x equals 2/5. On this one, take the negative 1 to the right side, becomes a positive 1. Divide both sides by 3, and we get x is equal to 1/3. And those are our answers.